The Bisiluri Tarf and its development, the Tarf 2, are today among the most forgotten, yet simultaneously most fascinating racing cars of the early 1950s. They were created in 1951 as a result of the ambition of Italian engineer and designer Pier Taruffi, a man who combined experience as a racing driver, motorcyclist, and technical visionary. The name Tarf was short for Taruffi, but also a reference to the Italian word for fast movement. These designs were not intended for classic wheel-to-wheel racing, but for breaking speed records and exploring aerodynamics at a time when this knowledge was still in its infancy. Pier Taruffi was a unique figure. He raced for Alfa Romeo, Maserati, and Ferrari, while also having a degree in engineering. Already in the 1940s, he was fascinated by issues of air resistance, high-speed stability, and the effect of weight on performance. After the end of World War II, Taruffi began experimenting with extremely streamlined vehicles, believing that the future of motorsport lay in aerodynamics, not solely in engine power. The Bisiluri Tarf was the culmination of these reflections, a car built almost like a flying wing on wheels. The Bisiluri Tarf's most distinctive feature was its unusual silhouette. It featured two narrow, parallel fuselages connected by a central section housing the cockpit. The so-called Bisiluro double-track design was intended to reduce frontal area and improve airflow. The front wheels were housed in separate fairings, as were the rear wheels, theoretically reducing turbulence. The entire structure was made of lightweight aluminum alloys, and the body shape resembled a bullet more than a traditional race car. Technically, the Bisiluri Tarf was also an unusual design. It was powered by a 1.7-liter, four-cylinder Maserati engine, mounted mid-mounted and connected to the rear axle. This unit wasn't impressively powerful compared to its competitors, but Taruffi believed that aerodynamic efficiency and low overall weight would be key. The car weighed just around 720 kilograms, which combined with its streamlined bodywork allowed for very high top speeds, especially on long, straight stretches. The Bisiluri Tarf was designed for speed and record-breaking trials, not classic Grand Prix racing. The car was tested primarily on Italian roads and special stages where it was safe to push the limits. Taruffi used the vehicle as a mobile laboratory, collecting data on the car's behavior at high speeds. The design was stable but very demanding to drive, and the limited visibility and unusual driving position made driving an extreme experience. Later that same year, 1951, an evolution of the design was developed, the Bisiluri Tarf 2. The second version was a response to the findings from testing the first prototype. The suspension geometry was changed, engine cooling was improved, and some body components were redesigned to further reduce air resistance. The Tarf 2 also received a more powerful Maserati engine, allowing for even higher top speeds. The exterior retained the twin-hull concept, but the aerodynamic details were more refined. The Tarf 2 proved to be an even more radical and effective design. The car could exceed speeds of 300 km/h, an absolutely exceptional achievement in the early 1950s. Taruffi used it, among other things, for tests on the Milan-Brescia highway and during closed-circuit tests. The design attracted the attention of the racing community, but it also sparked controversy. Many considered it too unconventional and dangerous for regular competition. Although the Bisiluri Tarf and Tarf 2 never achieved classic sporting success, their technical significance was immense. Taruffi demonstrated that a properly shaped body could compensate for engine power deficiencies and dramatically improve performance. His research influenced subsequent racing designs, particularly in the areas of wheel alignment and minimizing air resistance. The ideas implemented in the Tarfs would be found years later in Le Mans prototypes and record-breaking cars. After completing work on the Bisiluri, Taruffi gradually withdrew from extreme experiments, focusing on his driving career and theoretical work. In 1957, he won the famous Mille Miglia race at the wheel of a Ferrari 315S, closing a chapter in his career. Taruffi later chronicled the experiences gained from his projects in books and scientific publications, which remain important sources of knowledge on vehicle aerodynamics. Today, the Bisiluri Tarf and Tarf 2 are almost forgotten artifacts of motorsport's golden age, but their historical significance cannot be overstated. These cars were created by a visionary who was ahead of his time and envisioned motorsport as a field of engineering, not just competition. The surviving examples are now priceless museum pieces and a reminder that true progress is born at the intersection of courage, knowledge, and passion.